Alright, here's another open string chord progression. I like to give them to you as I think of them. This one's really cool, especially if you have some chorus effect to put on your guitar. And I'm not using any effects during these lessons because I want you to be able to hear clearly what I'm doing. Sometimes when you have a lot of heavy effects, you can hear notes that aren't really there. So the first one's going to be an A add 9 chord. Now you know an A chord, you do this. You have the D, G, B on the 2nd fret. And, that's how you do it. Well, a cool thing to do is if you just have a 2 on the D string and the G string, 2nd fret with 2 fingers, and let all the other strings be open. And that's called an A add 9 chord. Okay, so that's an A add 9. Now what you can do as well is take your thumb and get a 2nd fret on the low E here. So we're doing a thumb chord now. So I don't want to just mute the E, I want to actually make a note on the 2nd fret with my thumb. Then I get... And then add thumb. It's kind of hard to hear that way. Here we go, that'll be easier to hear. Here we go. A add 9. Now put an F sharp in the bottom. Hear the difference? You couldn't really hear it the way I had the tone set the first time. But so you can add just an A add 9 and then have that chord over an F sharp. Now if you can't reach your thumb over, you use these 2 fingers and do it this way. See, I'm using my first finger, my pointer finger, to get that F sharp. So, that's up to you. You can also put an F sharp on the bottom of a D chord. If you're doing a D chord, you can put it... Sometimes you might want that. Or not. Quite a different sound. Anyway, we had the A add 9, and then we had the A add 9 over an F sharp bass. Now, the other chord I want to show you is the D add 9. Now, you know how to do a D chord, right? Like this. We've done that from the beginning. If you lift up that middle finger, then that gives us an open E on the top, and that's our 9 in our chord. You want to definitely mute the low E here. Now put those chords together, and I have an A add 9, F sharp on the bottom, A, F sharp on the bottom. Then we're going to go to the D. Back to that chord, okay? So there's just another thing you can do with your chords is the A add 9 and then the A add 9 with F sharp on the bottom and then the D add 9. Now you don't have to know what the 9 means and all that, but just know that that's what the chord is. If you see D add 9 on a chord chart, and you know what to do. Lift that middle finger up. Okay? Let me show you another quick chord progression. This is called a G5 chord. And the G5, it just means there's no 3rd in the chord, so it sounds kind of open. Hear that? There's a G chord with a B, and it's going to sound like that. But just a G5, it's going to sound really open like that. It sounds really cool if you have some distortion on your guitar. But what I'm doing is I have my pinky and my ring finger on the high E and the B string on the 3rd fret. We've done that. Now I'm going to have my middle finger on the low E on the 3rd fret. The thing you want to do is mute that A string as well. So this finger has 2 jobs. You're doing the 3 on the low E and you're muting the A. G5. Now what you can do now is take this finger and move it to the A string, and then on 3 on the C note, and then back to the G5. And I just did a D there. Okay, so that G 5, it's what it's called, a G5, because there's no third in the chord, is kind of neat to use once in a while. All right.